Hello guys, what's up? Today I'm Kazim Khan here, and I will teach you that how to make actually free calls from your iPod. There's an application called Friend Caller, so you have to actually install it in your iPod very first. So we gotta go to IP Store. Let's click on it. Once you're on it, just go to search and write Friend Caller without any space. Exactly like you can see in this video, Friend Caller we have right here. Okay, so after you click it, you're searching for Friend Caller and it is appearing. You just have to click on like Friend Caller, and then you'll be navigated through the window where you can install it. So actually it is installed in my iPod, so you can see the button here is not highlighting. So actually it's highlighting when it is not installed. So we have installed the Friend Caller. So let's move to the Friend Caller. Okay, here we are running it. So you have to register for actually user. Yes, you need to register with your account. So there are simply there are two ways to register your account. First, you have to connect with your Facebook account if you want to, because this is really an easy way to do it. And if you don't have a Facebook account, you can just simply click on new user. Okay, so here we gotta write the ID that you use. So they'll be sending some confirmation and a lot of things like that. So I'm just putting on my ID here. That is okay, let's just put it. Okay, so after your ID you have to put your first name and the last name. Okay, here you see we have first the ID here. Okay, after ID you have to add your first name and last name, then you have to add your mobile phone number, and then you have to select your country. Exactly, you will need country code, so you need to select country. And there are two fields for password, and both are actually the fields which will confirm password. Like if you're writing your password, you need to write it again. Yes, again I mean. So after that you simply need to click register. But wait, we've got some account already, so we gotta be using that to show you how to say get account after you get registered. Okay, now this is the interface after you log in the Friend Caller. So now you have some default credit here. It's like a 21 cent. You can see it right here. So and you can also earn the credit on it every day. So there are some free things that are coming up. Don't actually click on more, because if you go to more, there will be some paid applications that will be giving credit. But if there are any free application or free survey to give free credit, they will appear here in this list. Exactly. So we don't have anyone at the moment, but we have some credit of 21 cent, and we can make a call to make sure if you're dialing to some country, include the plus and then the country code, otherwise the call will not be able to connect it. So we are actually dialing here in Pakistan, so we are just writing +92, and that's 333, and then like so on a whole number, and you can click on call. So it is actually calling, and you can also hang up, and there will be my phone ringing. Exactly, my phone will be ringing. So you can just check here. This is my phone, and this is just calling, and like if you click on hang up here, so it will just be finished like it. Actually we don't have number coming in. That's the very best thing about the iPod account Friend Caller. We don't have the number coming. You can rotate anyone and do something like that, but actually don't do it, because we are not doing this video so that you can harm someone mentally. So let's just hang up, and this way it will close the phone. If you don't believe it, I can dial it again. See here. This is here. You can just hang it like this. This will be kind of disconnected. So hopefully you enjoyed our video and learned how to make free calls from the iPod, and you can just subscribe to us, and there will be more tricks soon ahead from us. Thanks for watching our video. This is Kazim Khan. Take care.
Hey guys, Mike here, the Detroit Borg, with a look at the new Sony Xperia Z. This is the new flagship phone from Sony, featuring a 5-inch 1080p LCD display, as well as a 13-megapixel sensor, which is capable of HDR video. So there's a lot of things this can do, so let's get started with the unboxing. First, let's take a look around the packaging. I should note that this is the unlocked international version. So this is actually the version that ships in the UK. I just got it on my doorstep just a few minutes ago. Now on the back we have some references to the major features, including our 13-megapixel sensor. We have a 1.5 gigahertz quad-core processor, that's a Snapdragon processor, HDR video. We have a 5-inch screen, as well as a front-facing camera. I believe that's what that's referring to. So lifting the lid, which is not taped by the way, we can see our Sony Xperia Z in the top tray. So here we go. Now packaging may vary depending on what carrier you pick this up from. So let's just unwrap this and slide it out. Alright, so as you can see, it's still wrapped in its plastic. Now this is a fully glass design, so we have a glass back panel and a glass front panel. Now Sony says that the back panel and front panel are the same glass, which means they're pretty shatter resistant. So let's go ahead and peel this off. There we go. This is the black version. This is available in two other colors, white and purple. Let's peel the front one off. There we go. Very glossy, very large phone, but very thin, as you can see. Now let's set this aside for just a moment and take a look at what else is included. So it looks like they gave us some screen shields for the back and front with a squeegee and cloth. Now taking a quick look at the accessories, they've given us a Sony branded USB wall adapter. This is the UK version, obviously. They've also given us a micro USB cable, and this phone does support MHL, which will allow you to output video over the USB connector using the right adapter. This is Sony branded, so if you look in there, you'll see Sony branding. We also have a pair of Sony headphones. These are in-ear headphones with a remote and microphone, and they've also given us some ear tips to make sure that they fit our ears correctly. And they've given us some literature, so we have a quick start guide, which tells us about some of the buttons and features of the phone. And we also have some of the standard information, such as warranty information and some of the compliance information. Alright, so let's get back to the Xperia Z, and on the back you can see we have that very glossy edge-to-edge glass panel with the Xperia branding toward the center. You also have an NFC label there, just letting us know that the NFC sensor is right behind that portion of the back panel. You also have your 13-megapixel autofocusing camera with HDR video. Right below that is the LED flash, and you have your microphone. Now along the top you'll find a covered port. As you can see along the side, every panel here is sort of a blue, kind of a dark blue translucent panel. Looks very nice. You can see as it picks up the light it reflects that blue color. But behind this flap here is your headphone jack. So you can see that right there. There's your headphone jack. You can cover that up. Actually, if you look inside, you can see this kind of rubberized, so it does create a nice seal around the jack. Along the left side, you'll find these two connection points for accessories like a dock or charger. Up here, we'll find a door hiding the micro SD card slot. Now, this holds up to 32 gig cards, so not 64 gigs in this case. So they do include 16 gigs of storage in the phone, but you can expand it up to 32 gigs with the SD card slot. You also have another door here hiding the micro USB connection. So there you go. And that's one way to charge it. As you can see, we also have that rubber seal around the doors to keep it nice and airtight. Now there's not much along the bottom, but at the corner you actually find a hook for a lanyard. You also find your speaker grill. Here is your volume rocker, up and down. They also call this a zoom rocker, so if you want to zoom in on your photos, that's a feature built into the OS as well. You also have your power switch here, so that's your sleep, wake, and power on and off button. A very nice button with that chrome design. You also have your SIM tray here. So I've already taken out the SIM tray because it's kind of hard to get out of there, but there is your SIM tray, so all you have to do is load up your SIM, slide it in, and you're good to go. Just seal up the door. Now taking a close look at the front of the phone, you can see we have our earpiece, which is mirrored by the mouthpiece at the bottom. Up here we have our 2.2 megapixel front-facing camera, which is capable of recording video at 1080p. So that's better than most cameras I've seen, or front-facing cameras I've seen, which usually stop at 720p. We also have our ambient light sensor, proximity sensor, and an LED notification light. Now at the bottom you won't find any backlit capacitive buttons. In this case, all of those will appear on the screen. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this up for the first time. I'm just going to hold that power button. So while that's starting up, let me just talk about this display. So this is a 1080p display over 5 inches, which gives us a pixel density of 441. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at what we got here. We're going to set this up for the first time. So you just swipe up. You can either swipe up or swipe down to unlock the phone. There we go. We're going to go for English, United States. Should be down here. Click Done. All right, so it just wants us to read the warranty. We're going to agree to that. And wants me to insert the SIM, which we're going to skip for now. We're going to accept the data disclaimer. We're going to accept the usage info. And that's all there is to it, so we're already set to go. So you can see we have several home screens here. Now I'm going to do a full review and overview of this operating system and all of its unique Sony features. So I just want to show you exactly what this looks before that video shows up at the end of this week. I've already played with this phone. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. It does have a heavily modified version of Android 4.1. No word yet on when 4.2 is coming, but I'm sure it'll be updated eventually. For example, you have your app drawer here. You can also go up to customize to get to your widgets, and here you can add home screens and manage your home screens. You can also adjust your themes, so you can pick the theme you want, which will change the wallpaper and some of the coloring. You also have your standard apps, including your Chrome browser, which is default, the Play Store, messaging, and your phone app. On the front we have all of these Sony services, including Walkman, Album, Movies, and Sony Select. You have lots of widgets here relating to music, of course. So this is the Walkman widget. This is your photo gallery widget. You have Video Unlimited, Music Unlimited, and Track ID. These are two Sony services, so this is basically Sony's version of iTunes. So this is where you can purchase music and video. You can also rent video as well. You also have an app here for identifying music. So this will allow you, it's basically like a Shazam app. Up here we have our widget here for controlling screen brightness or Bluetooth, toggling Wi-Fi on and off. We have our weather widget, which is defaulted to the wrong location. I'm not in Washington. And we have Sony Select. So anyway, we're going to talk about this a bit later. There is one more feature I'm going to show you here that's unique to the Sony experience, which is this sort of over widget or widget bar. So these are called small apps. So this will give you a little app here, like a calculator, which hovers over what you're doing and will go translucent when you're doing something else in the background. Of course, you can close that. So that's just a quick look at the operating system, and stay tuned for more. So that's going to do for me in this initial look at the Sony Xperia Z. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you again in the next video.
Find out more about this fantastic offer by clicking the link in the description.